As the virus spread so rapidly, by the time the health authorities realized what had happened, it was too late to contain it. People dressed up in special plastic suits to protect themselves. Those not infected with the virus were obliged to wear special protective clothes, which was very uncomfortable, especially in warm weather, and they relinquished all physical intimacy out of fear. The infected people who survived didn't wear protective clothes and continued their intimate physical contacts. Over time, a great resentment grew in the virus-free population. The animosity was so great that it split society in two opposing groups. Survivors with the virus called themselves survivors and were called demons by the virus-free, who called themselves victims. Demons and victims had great hatred and fear of each other. Laws were eventually passed requiring all demons to wear special protective clothes like everyone else. In addition, they had to wear a mark. Many demons refused to wear the protective suits, and new tougher legislation was passed to have all demons tagged. With time, they were quarantined and eventually systematically exterminated. All demons had a red circle the shape and size of an apple tattooed on their foreheads. A chip containing a tracking device was embedded under the tattoo. It tracked all their movements. Any demon caught outside quarantine was immediately and humanely disposed of. They were arrested and injected with cyanide, causing a painless death within a few seconds. The demons were quarantined in crowded, highly secured centers in each community. The centers, commonly referred to as hell, were walled and fenced. Anyone caught inside was forced to stay inside, and any demons caught outside were disposed of by special disposal police. Families were split. Friendships were lost. The quarantined area ranged in size from walled-in neighborhoods housing 1,000 in towns to walled-in ghettos housing 100,000 in cities. The extermination program was sponsored by the Reality TV Corp as an entertaining reality show. Live cameras all over the centers recorded the intimate lives of the demons. Sex was encouraged and was rewarded by prizes, luxurious facilities, and stardom. For every 3,000 demons, 2 demons were chosen to die every day. The embedded chip that each demon had contained a capsule of cyanide that could be remotely triggered in deep sleep and be deadly within seconds. The oldest, sickest, and weakest were chosen and killed in their sleep by remote control. It was considered to be like a natural death by most demons. Any dissidents, criminals, and troublemakers were quickly put to death in this way and cremated in ovens in the quarantine centers. Life in the centers was like living in a poor, overcrowded neighborhood. They were fed contraceptives and could not have any children. The demons soon came to believe that they were not being exterminated, but only under quarantine, and that the high number of deaths was due to the virus they were quarantined for. Members of families were kept together. The demons farmed their own produce and worked in offices and factories like they used to before they were quarantined. All had work, and they provided cheap labor for the victims. With every year, as the crowded population decreased, the conditions improved. It became less and less crowded. At the end of the 10-year extermination program, every demon had his own room. The demons, with time, came to regard themselves more like patients in a hospital than prisoners on death row. After 20 years, when there were only 144,000 demons left from the once crowded but now empty disposal centers, these loyal and specially selected and chosen disposal workers were shipped to a securely monitored, deserted island in the ocean in a move to preserve this super virus and save it from extinction for the sake of science.